Welcome everyone to the top 10 most evil women in history. Today, we'll be looking at 10 women who have caused immense suffering and terror in their lifetime. Starting with number 10, Queen Mary I. She was born in 1516 and died in 1558. She was the first Queen Regnant of England, and during her reign, she had hundreds of Protestants burned at the stake for heresy. Moving on to number 9, we have Myra Hindley. Born in 1942, Hindley was an English serial killer who, along with her partner Ian Brady, was responsible for the deaths of 5 children in Manchester between 1963 and 1965. She was convicted of the murders and sentenced to life in prison in 1966, where she remained until her death in 2002. At number 8 is Isabella of Castile. Born in 1451, Isabella was the Queen of Castile and Leon from 1474 until her death in 1504. During her reign, she was responsible for the Spanish Inquisition, the expulsion of all Jews from Spain, and the conquest of the Muslim Kingdom of Granada. Number 7 is Beverly Allitt. Born in 1968, Allitt was an English serial killer responsible for the murders of 4 children and the attempted murders of 9 others in Grantham, England in 1991. She was convicted of the murders and sentenced to 13 life sentences in 1993. Number 6 is Belle Gunness. Born in 1859, Gunness was an American serial killer responsible for the deaths of over 40 people between 1884 and 1908. She was never caught or convicted of her crimes, and her body was never found after her home burned down in 1908. Number 5 is Marion Cotton. Born in 1832, Cotton was an English serial killer who is believed to have killed at least 21 people, including her own children, through arsenic poisoning. She was convicted of the murder of her stepson and sentenced to death in 1873. Number 4 is Ilse Koch. Born in 1906, Koch was an infamous Nazi concentration camp guard during World War II. She was known for her cruel treatment of prisoners and her collection of human skin, which she had turned into lampshades and other objects. She was convicted of war crimes and sentenced to life in prison in 1947. Number 3 is Irma Grese. Born in 1923, Grese was another infamous Nazi concentration camp guard during World War II. She was known for her cruel treatment of prisoners and her participation in the selection of prisoners for medical experiments. She was convicted of war crimes and executed in 1945. Number 2 is Katherine Knight. She was born in 1955 and is still alive. She is an Australian murderer and is the first woman in Australia to be sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. She murdered her partner and skinned him before cooking and serving his remains to his children. Finally, first on the list is Elizabeth Bathory. Born in 1560, Bathory was a Hungarian noblewoman who was responsible for the torture and death of hundreds of young women and children. She died in 1614. That concludes our list of the top 10 most evil women in history. Thanks for watching.